Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Vince of Gaming. On the last episode, we opened up the path to the Trial of the Gods. And this will pretty much test my courage of everything that I've been through so far. So this will be a pretty interesting trial to go through. Alright, so let's see what this tower has in store for us. Tower of the Gods. This tower isn't that hard in my opinion, probably because I've done it so many times. But yeah, this can be a bit challenging at some moments. Alright, so we'll start by going here. Oh yeah, in this first part of the tower, like everything sinks beneath the water and then everything rises with the water, so I have to like wait it out. Alright. Pretty sure there's like something important in this room. I usually start on this side opposed to the other side. Alright, so here I have to pull the blocks. But first... Oops. You know, those are like the electric yellow choo-choos, and those choo-choos are very annoying. Those are like the types that I least like fighting. Alright, so... Actually, you know what? I don't think it's necessary for me to make like a pathway with these boxes. But because I'm already doing it anyways, like, why not? Just have to be careful that wherever I place this bomb, I don't fall back with the force. Alright. So... I think there's like joy pendants you can get in this dungeon. Like any other dungeon, really. Alright, so let's see what's in this chest. Alright, we got the dungeon map. Always a useful item to get. Alright, so let's move on to the next place. Right across from here. Oops. Yeah, I find it weird that this is like the only dungeon in the game where I can use like my, where I can use the King of Red Lions, which I find very cool. I find it weird and cool at the same time. You know, and these platforms do take a while for them to like sink and then rise again. Alright, so let's put this little guy on here. And that'll open that door. Right, yeah, so this trial pretty much has me doing pretty strange things. I guess one of the biggest things about this trial is that they'll have me bring like these statues that are like multicolored to like their pedestals. And that's pretty much the whole gist of this entire trial, is for me to just place things where they're supposed to be placed, like matching like their like statue looks and stuff like that. Right, so if I place this box right here, it should make the rainbow bridge. I like looking at the rainbow bridge. I wish that existed in real life. Like, imagine if like scientists or whoever like invents like a magic like walkway or something where you can just walk between like two different things. Like, that'd be really cool. But I don't know if that would ever be possible in today's age. Alright, so I have to really, like, gun it. Alright, so the door is marked blue because the statue is colored blue. And I think there's, like, another statue that's, like, colored, like, pink. And then the doors turn pink with it. Alright, so the statue will go right here. And that'll open up a gate right here. Alright, so we can go over there now. Alright. Now, oops. Now we can go to the other place. Yeah, I'm wondering if, like, the Hero of Time had to complete this trial, too. I'm pretty sure every hero that's ever lived like all of my past like reincarnations or iterations, I should say, like did this trial too. So who knows how long this tower has really been here? Because this tower was submerged beneath the ocean. So this might have been like a tower from a different Zelda era that we don't really know about. But if anyone knows more about the Zelda lore, like comment below. If you know about like the origins of this dungeon or anything like that. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Alright, so this is where I have to create like a path using these boxes right here, and it's not too difficult. But the water always gets in the way of things, as you can see. So I have to wait for the water to come back down so I can like push this box a little bit to the in the center right here. So that there's like 4 boxes making a straight path. But I have to be very quick about it though, because the water rises up really fast. Alright, that should be good. And I also need to light a torch and pretty much bring it across the water without it like losing like flames and everything. Let's see if I can do this. I almost fell right there. That would have been bad. Alright, we got it. Hopefully this is something useful. See what we get. Alright, we got a small key. That's always useful. Oh yeah, and these guys... Yeah, I just skipped these guys. These guys aren't worth fighting. Anytime I see like an electric choo-choo, I just don't bother fighting it because I just don't want to. It's a pain. Alright, so now we can move to the left side of the tower, where I pretty much started to begin with. Yeah, imagine if like there was a real-life tourist like attraction place where it was like a tower where it would pretty much like rise and sink like this. Alright, let's see. Gotta blast these walls. And blast this one. There we go. Yeah, but I was just gonna say, like, imagine if there was like a real-life equivalent of this tower where you could just go and like witness like the tower like with like the water levels and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure this tower might be modeled after like a real tower. Because sometimes like they do that in video games where they like model stuff after real life stuff. Alright, well, let me take care of this guy. Alright, so I have to light those 2 torches there at the bottom. But I should probably wait until the water goes through another cycle, because I don't think I'll make it in time. Alright, just gotta wait. And then go for it. But I have to go like immediately. There we go. I did that right at the right time. Pretty sure this chest might have a joy pendant, which again is very, very important. Like, I would never take joy pendants for granted if it didn't have anything to do with the main quest in the game. Joy pendant. Alright, now I have to really wait. Alright, so this is where we'll find the next statue that's colored red. The first one was colored blue. I'm just gonna get rid of all these guys because if I don't, then they'll all like interject me when I'm like trying to retrieve the statue there. I think I should be able to do it once the water goes back down. There we go. Now the rainbow bridge is ready. I find it kind of like depressing how like when the water rises, like the rainbow bridge kind of disappears. Pretty sure if I toss this guy in the water, like I'd have to like start all over. So I probably don't want to do that. That actually counts as instant death in this dungeon if you like toss any of the important statues you're trying to place in the pedestals. All right, and that opens up the gateway in the center. You know, this dungeon is actually pretty long, so I might have to do this in like 2 parts possibly, but we'll see. I can use a deck of leaf to fly over here. Can rendezvous with the King of Red Lions, and we're on our way. Just use the sail instead. My cruise button isn't really working that well. If I can make it, that is, if it doesn't go back up. There we go. Made it just in time. Alright, so this part can get very annoying because like there's like these annoying rats and everything, but I'll try my best to move these statues. Also that and the lasers too. Right, there's one. Yeah, I keep forgetting that I can like feed the rats with the bait that I got. But I don't think I have any bait on me right now. That would be very useful if I used it every now and then. Alright, so that makes those platforms come alive. Yeah, these platforms used to make me a bit nauseous with the way that they moved up and down like that, but I've come to pretty much get used to stuff like this in games, where it like takes you up and takes you back down. Alright, so I'm not allowed to move that platform right there yet, so I'll keep going forward. Alright, so this is where the true test begins. This is where things start to get a bit more complicated. So I pretty much have to go to the door that's highlighted, which is this one. So I'll start on this side. Alright, what's going on here? Pretty sure I can just bypass this choo-choo. Alright. There was like that creepy looking eye you guys saw right there, and those do have a purpose. In about like 5 minutes, I think you'll see what their purpose is. Alright, let's see what this says. Seeker of the Goddess's guidepost, press ZR to call me and guide me to my place of truth. Oh, wrong ZR. There we go. I think those are like the only clear words Link says like in this entire game. Come on, like I always found that very weird. Right, so these are the guys that I have to like guide pretty much out of this room. And it is instant death if they like fall or something, or if I let something bad happen to them. So you don't want to do that. Alright, so now I can just pick him up and jump and we'll be on our way. But I guess my goal is to like keep him in one piece so that he doesn't like nothing bad happens to him. Almost there. Alright, so that makes one statue down. I think there's 3 statues in total that I have to place in these pedestals right here. I wonder what these things are called. Like, I don't think... Well, I mean, I don't have the manual with me, so I'm curious to know what these stones are modeled after. Like, what's their enemy name? Alright, so we're about to learn a new Wind Waker song. And this one will be beneficial. Alright. So this is with 4 diamonds. Bum, 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 bum. Alright, you learn the command melody. So with this, I can actually command and tap into the mind of these statues right here. My kin wait beyond the doors. Control them and guide them to their places of truth to open the path to the gods. And this can also control not just the statues, but other things in the game too. So this will be an important song that we'll have to keep reusing from now on. Alright, so we're going to this door right here. Just some rupees right here. I'm kind of glad I increased my magic meter because I will have to do some flying soon. Alright. These guys are annoying. Get rid of you. Alright. So I'm going straight. I almost fell right there. That was really close. Alright. So he's over there, so I have to go rope jump here. And meet up with him right here. Oops. Come on, I'm trying to call you. Oh, okay, I was hitting the wrong button. I always get confused on what button is ZR and which button isn't. I apologize. Alright, so this is where our command melody will come in handy. So I have to pretty much stand on this platform right here, which activates the rainbow bridge. And now I'll have to switch minds with the statue and control him. This can get a bit, like, repetitive a bit, but it's not that bad. And he moves pretty slow, too. He just kind of hops in place because he's only a statue. He doesn't really have legs, as you can obviously see. Alright, I think that's good. And now, I can just rope back my way over there. Alright, you're coming with me. Alright, now there should be... Okay, this switch right here opens the door over there. I have to grapple hook over there. Yeah, I'm surprised, like, this monster right here, this, like, fire skull doesn't, like, when he hits me, that I don't just fly off the hook or anything. That would be really bad. Okay, we're looking at a special room. Okay, this is where we get introduced to the Dark Nuts. Honestly, like, don't you think, like, the Dark Nuts look more intimidating in this game than they did in the old games? Like, I remember in Zelda 1, they were just kind of like these, like, small creatures. And when you hit them, like, your sword went tink. But now they, like, look very, like, intimidating. They look like canine dogs or something like that. Or like devil creatures or something. I just noticed he has, like, a knight's crest on his chest. On his waist area. Wow, that was really pathetic. He was really easy. I attribute the parry attack to Orca. Shout out to my dude Orca, who taught me that. Because without that, I wouldn't have been able to beat him. Alright. What special item are we getting now? And... arrow. Honestly, this is, like, the most overpowered item in the entire game. Like, you can do so much with the arrows. And you'll see what I mean. Like, I'll come back to that overpoweredness of the arrows. Not for a little while, but I think you'll see what I mean. Alright, so let's equip them. I'll use it for Y. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me use a different... Let me assign it to a different button. That's more easier. There we go. So maybe to the R button. Alright, there we go. Alright, so that should split these platforms in two, and then I can get my little friend that's over there still. Oh yeah, and I can also get rid of, like, these skulls more easily now. I don't have to use, like, the Deku Leaf for anything. There we go. I'm, like, pretty close to the... Okay, I was gonna say. I think I have motion controls off. That might have been a bit more beneficial for me right now, but that's fine. Alright, you're coming with me. And now, that makes... 2 statues. 2 of the 3 are completed. Alright, Alright, so we only have one more statue to place back in its pedestal, and then that'll give us access to the top floor of the tower. Alright, our third path is open. These things have like really weird faces, like they just kind of like do like a weird like crooked smile with like their teeth. I wonder if they're like an extinct like species of like people, or like extinct race of like humans that once existed in the Zelda universe. Alright, so I'll go back here. I'll go down here. Yeah, rooms like this always gave me really bad anxiety. Because like there's nothing but like a giant abyss down there. So I pretty much have to rely on these platforms right here. Probably take out this guy right here. There we go. Almost fell right there. That would have been bad. Actually, I think I can use like the Deku Leaf. Yeah, I can. Alright. And got you. Pretty sure I can ride that platform with the eye on it to the top. There we go. There's a chest over here. Let's see what's in the chest. Alright, it's another small key. Alright, now I'm wondering... Okay, maybe I should hit this first. Oops. Didn't mean to shoot that many arrows. I just have to wait for this platform to come back down so I can ride it to the top. There we go. Get rid of this guy. Gotcha. Yeah, sometimes it's like very, very easy to like miss where those eyes are, because those eyes are sometimes really hidden. Alright, another joy pendant. I wonder in what Zelda game that mechanic started in with like shooting your arrows at those eyes. I think it started in A Link to the Past, actually. With like those like eye creatures in that game, if you remember. I'll put up a picture right there so that you guys know what I'm talking about. Because I remember shooting stuff with arrows like at the eye in that game like all the time. So that's probably where it originated from. Oops. Oh, there's like an annoying bat. Alright, well... Let's see... they're not that big of a deal. Alright, so this is an interesting puzzle right here. I have to, like, pretty much put these statues on, like, these, like, weights right here. And this will, like, weight on the platforms. And it doesn't really matter which one you start with. You just have to do, like, either or. I think 3 is fine. I don't think I have to go all 4. Alright. Alright, so this room always gave me a bit of trouble, because every time I use the Deku Leaf, sometimes like I don't get past the lasers in time for some strange reasons, so I do apologize for that in advance. So let me see if I can get past it. Alright, I got it past it that one time. Oh, wrong ZR. There we go. Yeah, I remember I did this room and I kept getting knocked back by the lasers, which got really annoying. Alright, so gotta use the command melody to control the statue. And then he'll be able to step on this platform so that the lasers don't get us. There we go. You're coming with me. Yeah, so I'm wondering if, like, this tower belonged to, like, an extinct race of, like, humans that no longer exist. That would be, like, a cool, like, background Zelda lore. Oh, and this is where we get introduced to, like, these annoying enemies. Like, these, like, fake-ass Toucan Sams right here. I always thought he looked like Toucan Sam from, like, Fruit Loops commercials. If I could aim better. There we go. I think these are like Wizrobes, actually. But they look very strange in the Zelda game. Like, they literally look like Toucan Sam. Like, I'll keep saying it. Alright, so now I have to weigh these down again. Which is a pain. I mean, I already did them once. I shouldn't have to do them twice. Yeah, I remember Wizarobes in the first Zelda game, or like in the original Zelda games, like they all looked pretty much the same. They all had like hoods and everything, and they all had like those like O faces, and they made like those weird noises with like their like beams and everything. But in this game, they literally look like Toucan Sam. And actually, they look more like birds in this one, which they never really looked like birds in the original games. I think that's an interesting touch, how they kind of make some enemies look more different than in other Zelda games. Alright, so this completes 3. Not bad. I'm actually breezing through this trial faster than I thought I would be. So far we only found the dungeon map, I'm pretty sure. I have no idea where the compass might be. I think I always miss the compass in this trial every time I do it. So that's nothing new. Alright, so these 3 statues will pretty much create a path for me to go to the upper floors, which is really cool. Alright. Into the purple light we go. It's kind of weird. This is the only temple in the game, I think, where I step through like a light like that, and I just go ascend to like a top floor. Oh, these laser things are really annoying. Okay. Let's see. Alright, I know what I'm doing here. To take these little suckers and place them in the switches over there. But I have to watch out for the annoying lasers. There's actually some lasers that stay stationary and don't let you pass, so you actually have to like knock them out. But these are like the full 360 range lasers, so I don't really have to worry too much. Alright, we got the big key now. Yeah, I really don't know where the compass might be. Honestly, like, I never get it, so it's not really that big of a deal. Oh, that like scared me. I'm like, what the hell was that noise? Yeah, and these things come alive now. I always thought these things in the back looked like their butts or something. But they're not. I always like refer to them as like glowy butts. Alright, so that opens that door. We're like really close to the boss. Like, I honestly did not think I would finish this dungeon that quickly. Like, jeez. I remember this dungeon took me forever to complete. Alright, so these are the stationary lasers I was talking to you guys about. These are the ones I actually have to knock out. I can actually out-target them, so it'd be a lot more easier. And you're gone. Oh, okay, this one's a 360. I don't have to worry. But these two I do. There we go. Like, those birds are annoying as hell. Well, I don't have to worry about getting any like fairies or anything because I have like 2 of them stocked up. Alright, it's boss time. This is like one of my favorite bosses in the entire game. Like, this boss is very creative. You have done well to find your way to this place. Oh, chosen one. Accept this final challenge. Yeah, this boss made an appearance in this Zelda game first, and then it went on to be in, like, Minish Cap, I think. So the whole gist of this boss is I have to pretty much knock out its hands by shooting it through, like, with the arrows. And then I have to take out its eyes, and then that way it'll be defeated. But I also have to place a bomb when it, like, opens its mouth. And this boss can be very annoying, because, like, there's so much that's going on in the background, so you have to pay attention to that. And sometimes your L targeting might be off too, especially when they do this. Alright, so now I need the bombs to make sure I L target the bombs so that they actually go in the hole. Otherwise they won't. Alright, just 2 more like that. And even if I do run out of arrows, the boss will actually supply me with arrows. Right. I wonder why sometimes like I miss and other times I don't. Yeah, I don't want to get like knocked back by the hands or anything. Because if I do, like, on the perimeter right here, I don't know if you guys can see that, there's like an electric force field down there. So that'll be no bueno. Come on. There we go. And just 1 more like that, but he'll pretty much supply me with arrows soon. There we go. It's kind of like a nice touch to this. Oh, God, I almost got knocked back into the force field. Yeah, I usually like to go for the hands first, because the hands are more obnoxious than the head. There we go, just... And... there we go. Alright, well this will pretty much close him out. I took like no damage during that boss run. Wow, that was incredible. The path can now be opened. O chosen one. What will now come to pass is tied to your fate, to the path that you have chosen. Oh, go forward with caution. Yeah, so this isn't technically like a boss, it was more of like a trial. So this boss isn't technically dead, per se, but at least we defeated him. So now we're actually proven a true hero now. I think the Master Sword is pretty much going to complete that assumption. Right, a heart container. Alright. I'm actually curious to know where this takes us, because I really don't remember. Oh, okay, so now we have to ring the bell at the top of the tower. Man, it's like very quiet up here in the upper floor. Like, you can't hear anything. There we go. Ring the bell. I wonder if, like, people around, like, the world can hear this bell or anything. Like, you know how, like, church bells are very loud? Like, I wonder if this bell has that same effect. I'm guessing it might. Because it's like an ancient bell, sort of. Alright, so now we've created a portal to go to the underwater, actually. You have done well, Vince. It would seem the gods have acknowledged you to be a true hero. But this does not mean your trials have ended here. Once you take your first step into the world beyond the Ring of Light you see shimmering in the waves before you, your true trial will begin. Are you ready, Vince? Oh yeah, I'm ready. I was destined to be ready. This would make me feel very uneasy if I had to go underwater. Like, I can already have like that feeling I get like when I'm underwater through like, and like water gets in my nose and stuff like that. It'd be cool if humans could like see underwater and like actually stay underwater, but we don't really have like scales or like gills or any of that, so it's not really possible. I guess that's where like the mermaid lore comes from, like the legends of human like creatures being able to like go underwater and like absorb water and stuff like that. Alright, so this is actually Hyrule Castle we're seeing right here. I don't know what iteration of Zelda this castle is from. I'm guessing Ocarina of Time, but that's just my assumption. Because they keep mentioning the Hero of Time in this. And that's what they referred to him in Ocarina of Time. So I'm wondering like where this land comes from. Honestly, I'm convinced it was from Ocarina of Time. Like even Hyrule Field looks exactly the same. You are probably wondering where we are, aren't you? Unfortunately, there is not enough time for me to explain it to you now. Once you are able to strike down Ganon with the item you obtain in this castle, all will be made clear to you. Trust in my words. See what awaits you in the castle. Alright, well in the next episode we'll see what awaits us in the castle. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Remember to stay awesome and enjoy gaming. Peace.